Welcome or welcome back to my channel. Before we get started today, I just want to give a big shout out to the first 5 commenters from my last video. Thank you so much to Nails Designed by Angel, Mama Sue, Glam Slam Nails, Azu Nails, and Pretty Nails Uncut. And thank you to each and every single one of you that take the time out of your day to watch, like, subscribe, and interact with my content. And speaking of those who interact with my content, please keep your eye out during my video. I'm going to have some member shout outs pop up. They're going to have their social medias. My members support me greatly, so please go check them out and show them the support that they show me. And I hope that you enjoyed today's video as well. Welcome or welcome back to my channel. My name is Katie. This is the Katie Cat Nails channel, and today we are doing a very special, very late design for Miss Christine at Conjure Up Nails. It was Christine's birthday bash weekend, and let me tell you, it has been amazing. I have seen so many cool freaking Summerween themes, you guys. Like, absolutely insane. From the hand painting to the 3D to the glow-in-the-dark work to the phenomenal stamping and the layering and just the absolute amazing nail sets. Everybody did such an amazing job. I was very excited to be part of this. Summerween is a really fun theme, and in typical Christine Conjure Up Nails fashion, definitely outside of the box. Christine is a very, very talented nail artist. She comes up with things outside of the box. I already said that, but and she's actually been like a very big inspiration to me. You know, over the time that I've been watching her. I think it's been a couple years on and off. It's always on and off for me because I suck at keeping up on people's videos, but she's amazing. And Halloween is most definitely her thing, because every year she does a special Halloween series where she does Halloween design. It's a surprise. You don't get to see it until the video. And then at the end of the Halloween thing, actually on Halloween, she does a great big live. So it's always a really good time. She always does some really crazy stuff. So I knew that I had to go big for this, and y'all, I don't know how I did it. I did this all in one day. So I had to improvise a little bit. So let me tell you a little bit about what I'm doing. So I took some of the gypsum gel, okay, and I created a sandy beach type vibe. I did 2 nails that were full sandy beach. I did 2 nails that were part sandy beach and part ocean, and I did 1 nail that was full ocean. So we're going to kind of get into that. I was kind of inspired by some of you ladies that do stories with your nails. I've never did this before, but I was inspired to do a story, okay? So I'm buffing the surface of the gypsum gel, even though it's a no wipe gel. I wanted to buff it so that the 3D gel here, the solid nail gel, would stick better. So I just wanted to give it like a nice buffed surface to stick. Originally, my original plan was to make the skull freehand, but I knew that was going to take a really long time. So I was like, you know what? Let me see what I got for charm. So I had this really cute charm that I thought she would really like with the cute little bow. I thought it was absolutely adorable. So I used the 3D gel to kind of create the rest of the skull and just kind of give it a base to sit on. And then once that's cured, I went back in with the gypsum gel and I covered the white parts with the gypsum gel and sealed up any of the gaps between where, not gaps, but sometimes, you know how if you don't smooth the 3D gel or the 3D elements into the nail, you can see where the 3D gel is sitting on top of the nail. You know what I mean? So I wanted to give the illusion that Miss Skelly over here was buried in the sand. She was having some beach fun. Okay, so the theme basically for this nail set is gonna be spooky beach party, okay, or like Ghouls Day Out at the beach, something like that. You know what I mean? Those type of vibes. And from here, the nail set took off. Like, I was so nervous because it was the last day and I'm supposed to be on at 2 o'clock yesterday, and Aria's birthday took me out, y'all. And then I had my niece for most of the weekend as well. I was tired. I was very, very tired. And I could not get myself to my desk. And I have so many things to edit right now. But besides the fact, this is about Christine's birthday nails. So I was like, well, what if I can do a sandcastle? So I took a castle charm that I had out of my Halloween decorations, and I took the gypsum gel and I just covered the sandcastle. I did 2 coats of this front and back, cured for 60 seconds in between, and then I glued it to the nail. This was such a cute idea. I absolutely love how the finished nail came out. The finished, like, the little castle came out. And then I just went in with a little bit of this 3D, 5D, whatever it is, 3D gel. I put a little bit on the bottom of the castle, and then I glued it to the nail. And then after I full cured that onto the nail, I'm going to take some more gypsum gel and I'm going to cover up the rest of the castle. And to me, it looked like kind of how like when you make like really liquidy sand at the beach and you make like one of those drippy castles. That's what it reminded me of, and I absolutely loved it. I really honestly think that it came out super cool. I think I honestly like it better than I might have if I would have did it by hand. You know what I mean? I just thought it was a super creative way to get the look that I wanted and, you know, still keep the vibe of the nail. So that was just me showing you what the castle looked like. And yeah, so, you know, Christine's really taught me to think outside of the box. Sometimes the things that she does to complete her nail sets or to bring her idea to life are just super, super creative. Like, she's really creative, and she's really good at taking themes that we all know and love and completely changing them into horror masterpieces or crazy masterpieces, and it's just absolutely inspiring to see. And I'm so thankful that Christine asked me to be part of this collab. It really gave me an opportunity to think outside the box myself and kind of get some of my mojo back. And yeah, I really hope that you love them. They were so fun to do, and I cannot wait to show you the rest. So the next thing that we're going to be doing, okay, as you go further down the spooky beach party, okay, you get to the games. All right, you know, you got some of them getting buried up, and then they're building sand castles, and then you got the games, okay? Now before we get there, can anybody guess? Just watch what I'm doing. I'm using the poking gel, by the way. I should have did it a little thinner. I should have did a base coat first, and then I should have did the poking gel over it. It was very flimsy on its own. So I should have did a base, or I should have did like a base top coat over it or something. I should have did something, did it a little thinner so that it separated a little bit better. And I should have probably used a base coat or something to that effect. For it to grip onto and have a little bit more stability. So I'm just going in and I'm making a bunch of dots, lines, slashes, drags, just making as many marks and as many opportunities for the product to separate. Again, I think I put it too thick, or I didn't have a base coat, or I'm not really sure what the problem was, but it didn't really do what I wanted it to do. And that's totally okay, because I think it still came out really, really close to kind of what I was going for. Just not exactly how I thought it was going to pan out, but that's fine. Like I said, it ended up working out in the end. I ended up having to trim this segment for what I wanted anyway. So it was all good. And yeah, so I went ahead and I cured that for 60 seconds. And yeah, so look, I just made a couple more drags because it wasn't looking how I needed it to look. So I added a couple more, you know, holes, pokes, and all that good stuff. Popped it in the lamp, like I said, for 60 seconds. And I also created the little sticks that are going to hold up the creation from the poking gel. Have you guys figured out what it's going to be yet? Any guesses? Any guesses? So if you hadn't guessed, I am making a volleyball net. So the further down the beach you go, you can find ghouls, goblins, ghosties, all having a fantastic time at Christine's spooky beach party. Okay, we are balling out. And they decided to start a volleyball game. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to remove it. You see how I'm like kind of carefully using it just to kind of get between the plastic and the poking gel. And you're going to see that when I finally get it off, it's like super flimsy and like, which would have been perfect if it would have did what I wanted it to do in the first place. But it's perfect for this. So if you ever need to make a flag and you want it to have like that wavy texture, use some poking gel. Worked for me. So yeah, so I had to glue the volleyball net down. I had to make a post. I had to make posts, and then I had to glue them to the volleyball net. This was easier said than done because I was working on the sides of the nail. So, you know, you get like that slope, and it kind of becomes difficult to make anything stand up straight. So it was a little bit of a challenge. You're going to see I had to like kind of hold it up while I cured it. But I put a little bit of the 3D gel on there again because it's a no wipe, so I like to use that. And I had to like kind of hold it up a little bit. You see, I had to like hold it up, and then I had to cure it with the flash cure lamp. And yeah, this whole process for this nail was tedious. I think I'm gonna find a different way to do it next time. And I wish I would have had like some thin filament or some thin wire, or I don't know, just something different, because I wish I would have had something different to put the ghosts and the bats on than what I did. But it's okay. I still think that it came out really good. And I was able to convey what I needed to convey, and I think it looks like a spooky volleyball game. So I don't know, you guys let me know what you think. Do you think did I pull it off? Did I pull off the spooky volleyball game? I think I pulled it off. I was smitten with this nail. I was so excited. I was so nervous going into this, you guys, because it was so late and it was the day of, and I was just like, oh my gosh, like I wanted to do something so epic and I just didn't have the time, and I ended up making the time. So I was really, really happy with this though. So I did go in, and I'm gonna grab, you see I have 2 bats, 2 ghosts, and then I have a little kind of like mummy head. All right, and so what I'm doing is the same thing I did with the others, and I'm sticking it onto a sticky tab onto a swatch stick, and that's gonna allow me to kind of paint it without having to touch it or hold it with tweezers or anything like that. And then I can just put the swatch stick in the lamp and cure it like that, and bada bing bada boom, I'm all good. You know what I mean? So this allows me to customize charms and other small 3D things that I've made without having to worry about positioning and holding and blah, 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 blah. All that other extra stuff, you know, that I already struggle with because my brain wants to do things the ass backwards way. You know what I mean? There is no straightforward over here. Okay? There is no straightforward. But I think that that's part of the fun. You know what I mean? I think that's part of the process for me, is kind of doing it ass backwards and figuring it out on my own. Which I pretty much have to do with everything because, you know, it's me. But yeah, so I made 4 little, you know, thingy bobber sticks that were relatively the same size, and then I made one that was a little bit longer. And then I'm going to put a dot of the 3D gel on the end of each of the sticks, and I'm going to use that to glue the ghosts, the bats, and the bloody mummy head volleyball onto the ends of the sticks. So you're gonna see me do the little globby glob, and then I'm just gonna boop, pop my ghosties on there. Okay, and then I'm gonna put my bats. This was such a fun nail. Oh my goodness. Oh, my favorite nail is the end one though. That one came out so good. I can't wait for you guys to see it. So now we have our little peoples, and I accidentally ripped the bat off of this one, so I had to take the cured gel off, and I had to cure it up in the air, which I didn't really want to do because then it's a pain in the ass, and the charms wobble back and forth, and it's just a pain, but that's okay. We had to do what we had to do. So I just put it back on the stick, added a little bit more of the 3D gel, and sorry, one of my cats was bothering my other cat. He is incessant. Here you have Aria's little dirty backyard hands. Please do not mind her hands. I swear my child bathes. She had literally, it's been raining here, and my backyard stays muddy for some time until like the real summer heat kicks in. And my kids play in the dirt, My kids play in the dirt. My kids play in the mud. That's what they do. It's allowed. We allow that here. So yeah, so her little dirty hands are in some of the shots. So please don't mind if you see her crusty, dusty nails. You'll get to see the full volleyball scene at the end of the video. So going on to the third nail. Okay, this one was really fun for me, okay? This one was really fun for me. So I had the idea of, I wanted to do a witch nail, okay? I wanted to do a witch nail. Okay, so let me backtrack. I had wanted to do something with the sand, either with a skeleton head poking out of the sand, or I was like, well, what if I, like, you know what I mean, buried witch feet in the sand with just like her shoes coming up? And I'm like, I don't really like that idea. And I'm like, oh, what if so I made, you'll see, it's so cool. It made me think of something else, a little homage to the Wizard of Oz. So what I did was I did a little bit of a hollow blue glitter, and then I put some of, I think it was traditional. Yeah, I used traditional from Madame Glam to create the base color for the sand. And then I'm going to go in, fill in any blue patches, and just go over it with some gypsum gel. And as I'm going closer to the water, the gypsum gel is going to get thinner. I did it like this, not realizing that when I did it like this, that I was going to have like a weird area between the sand and the ocean, because I'm going to go in with wave gel from Born Pretty and create some waves where the beach meets the ocean. But because I had to top coat the wave gel, because if you don't, it smears. And I'm going to explain that a little bit when we get to the actual wave part. So I cured that, and then I went in with some base gel. Now the trick to wave gel is you need to go in with a layer of uncured base gel. And that's what's really going to help you get that wave effect. Basically, think blooming gel. Basically, the base coat acts as a blooming gel, and then the wave gel, you know, does its thing and separates on the surface and all of that. But the problem with the wave gel is when you cure the base coat after you've applied the wave gel does not cure. It's not a gel. It's a liquid. Sorry, the wave liquid. I'm sorry. It's not gel. It's ocean wave watercolor liquid. It does not cure. So if you go to wipe your nail with like an alcohol wipe or something, excuse me, after you've applied your wave gel and cured your nail, it's going to remove that wave gel. So what I did after I applied the wave gel was I went in with a layer of top coat and I sealed all that in. But what ended up happening was, because the top coat's super shiny, I had to go back in with some of the gypsum gel to kind of replace some of the sand, because it made the sand look a little too shiny just above the wave gel. But I figured out a way to do it differently on the next nail, because the next nail is also a half and half nail with the beach and the ocean. So yeah, so I figured out a way to fix that. But yeah, so we just had to do all that. I just wanted to explain that process, just because if you haven't used the wave gel yet and you go to use the wave gel and you don't know that it doesn't cure, like the wave gel itself does not cure, you're gonna have a bad time, you know. And sometimes you get like that perfect design, you get something perfect just the way you wanted it, or it ends up coming out really cool, and then you go to wipe it to wipe the dust off so you can go to the next step, and it takes the thing completely away. So I just wanted to make sure that you guys know that that's something that can happen. So just make sure that you top coat, or that you, you know, you either move right to your next step after you cure it, or whatever it is that you're going to do to reduce dusties or floofies or whatever it is that you got going on. I got cat hair. Okay. That's what I got. I got cat hair. That's my kryptonite. All right. We have cat hair. My Achilles heel, excuse me, is cat hair. So I'm making an umbrella. And what I did was I took some of the 3D gel, and I needed to get that round shape, but I wasn't sure how to get that round shape because I didn't want to cure the gel on my finger. Duh. And that shit would have gotten really hot, and you just don't want to do that. So I actually had a bottle. What is this? This is the Lavender Violets matte top coat. That's the bottle top that you saw me use. And I just formed the 3D gel over the top of that bottle because it had the rounded top. And it gave me like more of a mushroom cap type of shape, but that's okay. It's totally fine. It was better than what I thought I would have done if I hadn't did it that way. You know what I mean? So I wasn't mad at the results. I was actually really happy with how it came out. And then once I got that initial shape, I flash cured it on top of the bottle. I removed it from the bottle cap and then I put it into the lamp to get a full cure. After it came out of the lamp, I did make a little post for it. It was around there on the desk somewhere. You can probably see it in the background there somewhere. And then I went in with, this little mini palette. I love this thing. I love that so much. I use it all the time. Anyway, I got it on Temu. So, but anyway, so yeah, I went in with the stripes for the umbrella. It was kind of giving like Umbrella Company from Resident Evil, which I thought was super cool and totally fit the vibe anyway. And so I also went in with Lime from Creations by Brie. It is an absolutely beautiful kind of creamy minty lime color. It's gorgeous. The one coat that you saw me show you is absolutely stunning. I do have a video coming out. I received a small package from Brie because I was accepted into the ambassador program. So thank you so much to Brie for accepting me. I do have the unboxing and the swatching already recorded. I just have to I have to edit it and do like the final shots of like all the swatches up close and in good lighting and all that good stuff. And then I'm going to do a design with the acrylics because I did receive some of her acrylics. And listen, guys, I'm just going to go off subject for a minute. That is the easiest application I have ever had. Like even on just doing the swatches. Even just doing the swatches, and if you've been watching me for a while, you guys know that my acrylic application is hit or miss. Sometimes it's really good, sometimes it's really bad. And it was hot on the day that I did the swatches. And I'm telling y'all, butter, no marbling, no yellowing, no streaking. It didn't stick to my brush at all. Amazing. I'm so excited, so excited. There's a couple other things that I have to do before I do have a discount code already, but there's a couple other things that I have to do and then I'll be officially, but we'll see. We'll get to that when we get to that. Anyway, so let's get back to this. So I alternated the black with the lime to get kind of like the stripes on the legs, and I'm making witch legs. Okay. So I made the witch legs. All right. And then I went in with, it's like one of those, it's not the 3D gel, but it's kind of like the putty type stuff, if you know what I'm talking about. I don't know exactly what they call it. Let me see if I can, sorry about the clicking and the clacking. It's like that 4D UV gel. What do these says? Model gel. And then the rest of them say 4D UV gel. But yeah, it's basically like modeling clay, sort of. And so I used that to make the little shoes. Bro, don't tell me why these shoes took so long to make. I don't understand why. It was a struggle. These little shoes were a struggle. I was just not happy with them. But it's okay. We moved on. We glued them to our legs. And we moved on and we did our thing. So I created the shoes. I cured the shoes. And yeah, then we went in and we put the whole thing together. I don't know if I show you. Let's see. Okay, yeah. So I do show you applying the legs and the feet. I don't think that I show you the rest of it, but it's super cute. I absolutely love this nail. Whoever gets these nails, whoever gets chosen to get these nails, I don't know how I'm gonna ship them to you. Because one of the nails, like the pieces stand up so high above the thing, but I'm gonna get it to you. I just don't know how. And you'll see why at the end. Because one of the nails is just, the pieces stick up all over the place. So I flash cured the legs to the beach. Real quick. Yep, there we go. And then, sorry guys, it's really early and I'm trying to get this voiceover done so I can get this video up for Christine. So that I can move on to the other stuff that I was just talking about. You know what I mean? So, and then I put my shoes on and the feet, the shoes would not stay in place. The shoes were fighting with me. They were not cooperating. And it was so frustrating just to get these two little tiny black specks to stick to the damn nail. Look at this. And then the shoe would flip to the side. and then the shoe would flip to the other side, and then the other shoe would flip, and then they would fall down. And I was just like, you know what? At one point, I was like, good enough, let's cure. Because sometimes you just gotta say it's good enough and keep it pushing. You know what I mean? I really wanted these nails to look beautiful for Christine. I really wanted her to like them. But at the same time, it's not a competition nail. You know what I mean? So it's not like everything needed to be perfect, perfect, perfect. So at some point, I was just like, yep, keep it. Keep it. Okay, we're getting to the best nail. The best. I did one nail off camera because it wasn't anything super complicated. I did one nail off camera. And so we have the final nail. Okay. And I'm going to tell you a little bit more about the whole story when we get to the end. But, so here's the final nail. Anyway, I did a shark fin. I was so excited for this part, guys. I'm sorry. This is my favorite nail out of like the whole thing. And you're going to see why, because it just came out so cool. So cool. Even though it's not exactly how I originally wanted to do it, because I wanted to originally do this with like 3D water ripples. That just did not happen because I ran out of time, I ran out of patience, and I just wanted to be done for the day. Because to get all this done in one day, I was literally at my desk all day to do this. Like, everybody was told to leave me the hell alone, and I had to do this. So I created a surfboard, and please don't make fun of my shark bite. I could not find anything in my house that even remotely resembled a shark bite. So I had to improvise. It's not the greatest, you guys. Okay, the shark bite. I think the surfboard came out pretty cool, but the shark bite is not the greatest. So yeah, I had to go back in and like file the sides of the surfboard after I painted it, because some of the parts had like little jagged pieces that were just hanging off of it that made no sense. You know how sometimes like when you do a 3D thing, it kind of like leaves little pricklies around the edges sometimes if you didn't get like a completely smooth shape. So yeah, so I did that, and I don't remember if I showed you painting it, but I did go back in again with the lime, and I did paint like a triangle shaped stripe on the surfboard, kind of give it that surfboard vibe. For the shark fin, I did 2 coats on one side, and I went back and I did 1 coat on the opposite side, just because I didn't really need 2 coats on both sides because the other side was super opaque. So I just kept it at 1, and because the other side was 2. And then, like I said, I went in here with the surfboard, and I added the green stripe with the lime. And let me tell you, this girl's gel polishes are opaque, okay? Because like this green is 1 coat, without a doubt, 1000% 1 coat, no issues. Self levels like a beast. I'm so thankful. I also received a really pretty cat eye from her, you guys. So, okay, and that video is coming up. It is coming up. I already have it recorded. It's just a matter of me editing it. And then I'm going to do my nails with the acrylics. And I have a really cool idea. I want to try something I've never tried before, since these acrylics are so creamy and they work so well. I want to try something difficult. So I'm going to be trying something difficult with that. Definitely keep an eye out for it. But I hope that I know Christine had an amazing birthday weekend. I checked in with her just to let her know that, girl, I'm still coming. But, my daughter's birthday was the 22nd. And then the kids slept over. So I had the kids. I had at least 2 kids until Saturday night. And then Sunday, I just needed to decompress. And Saturday was a whole lot of lounging. So Monday came, which was my day. And I was not done. I had not even started. So, yeah. But I hope that you enjoy this nail set, Christine. It's not exactly what I had in mind, because again, the time, but I still think that I'm still very, very happy with the way I pulled it off. I am. I'm not trying to be cocky or anything like that. Never. Please don't ever take anything I say in a cocky way, because I'm not that person. I'm not cocky at all. But I'm very happy with the way that I pulled it off. I think that I pulled it off and I did a good job. And even though I wasn't able to perfectly create what I wanted to create, I think that with the time that I left myself, I did good. So I'm not going to have any complaints about today's nail set. Okay, Nana Ange, I'm not going to be hard on myself. All right, Denise, I'm not. This nail set went really well. It came out really good, and I'm happy with it. So you won't hear any complaints from me, like any serious complaints. Of course, it's me. You know, there's going to be a little complaining. A little complaining. So the last part of this is I wanted to make it look like the shark was swimming away from a brutal attack. Okay, so I took some of this really pretty iridescent blue 3D gel, non-stick hand solid builder from Miss Cheering, Acrygel #1. I don't think that the ones that I got are any longer available. But I'll check. I'm horrible at putting products in the description box. So if you see something that I use and it's not a PR video and you need the link for it, or you want to know what it is or what it was, or please drop a comment, let me know, okay? I see all my comments. I am working on my backlog of comments from when I was Depresso Espresso and I was just not around. So I'm getting to your comments, guys. If you left me a comment a while ago and I didn't get to it, I'm getting to it, okay? Everybody's going to receive a reply, and everybody is going to receive return engagement for sticking with me and, you know, just making sure that I felt the love on my videos when I wasn't really feeling any love, you know? So thank you guys for that. And that's what I love about this community, is that everybody, for the most part, because, you know, there's always that one. Everybody, for the most part, it's just been absolutely amazing. I know it's such a weird thing to say, but I'm so happy that I am part of a community where I could fall apart and just completely be a hot mess, and I don't have to feel bad for it. You know, like, I don't have to feel judged. I don't have to feel bad for it, you know. And again, there's always that one, but what can you do? You know what I mean? People are just going to be the way they are. You know, if somebody's here for a certain reason, then that's the response that you're going to get from them. Their colors are going to show, and, you know, that's what it is. But for the most part, you guys are all absolutely amazing. I feel the love every single time I hop on here. Every time I'm part of a collaboration, you name it, I feel the love. So thank you so much, Christine, again, for including me in this collab. I really appreciate the opportunity to not only you know, represent my skill, but to represent you on your birthday, and just you wanting to, you know, you enjoying my work enough that you wanted to see my take on your birthday theme, and I sincerely appreciate that. You are such a sweet, kind, considerate person. I know that I am not as active and social as other people, and for that I apologize. I'm incredibly awkward in social situations, unless like I'm super comfortable or super friendly with people. So I apologize for that, but, you know, I always love your videos, you know, the ones that I managed to make it to, and just your creativity and your dedication to your friends and your compassion, and, you know, just like your overall personality. I really love it, and it always makes me smile. You know, you're always such a positive, you know, and personable inspiration as well. Like, your personality is amazing. The way that you love and treat your friends is amazing. Your work is amazing. You know, I know that you've been going through some tough times lately too, as have I. So I just want to, you know, let you know that I love you, and I sincerely thank you for including me in this. I'm so happy that I could have been a part of it, and it really cheered me up, just being thought of and being included. So thank you so much for allowing me to be part of your special day. And everybody did such an amazing job. And if y'all haven't seen Christine's video yet, if I used blooming gel, by the way, to make the blood look like it was spilling out into the water. Yeah, I did that. But anyway, I was gonna add some cat eye. This is the cat eye that I got from Brie, but I didn't end up adding it. And if you haven't seen Christine's video, real quick, go check it. It's really cool. So we have our spooky beach party. When you first get here, you might see the ghosts and the bats playing a little bit of volleyball. The mummy done lost his head again, and unfortunately he became an unwilling part of their game. Skelly is enjoying her time at the beach, getting buried by her friends and making sandcastles. The Wicked Witch is doing her thing as per usual under her umbrella. Look at that, look at that, look at that. You see the umbrella, but doesn't it remind you of the Wizard of Oz when the house fell on the witch? That's kind of what I was going for. And then the further down the beach you go, you have the ghosties and ghoulies enjoying their time in the water, going for a swim. They have a little bonfire going on at the beach. And if you dare to take a step out to the deeper waters, get your surf on, remember, you're not alone. I hope that you guys enjoyed this nail set. I've really loved creating them. I'm kind of sad I have to give them away. Honestly, just because I love them so much. But they came out beautifully, and I hope that you love them as much as I do, Christine. And I know that you had an amazing birthday, but once again, happy birthday. And great job, everybody. Great job, everybody. So yeah, here's what they look like under the flash. Pretty, pretty, pretty. Oh, that blue iridescent gel with the red and the blue. Oh, how cool does that look? How cool. I thought it was so cool. I just wanted to give the impression, you know, like the shark was swimming away from the scene of the crime. As always, please be kind to yourself, be kind to others, and I hope that you'll join me for future videos.